Today, let's explore how ancient prophecies from Islamic teachings can help us make sense of the dramatic events unfolding in the Middle East, particularly the tensions involving Israel and Iran. The speaker argues that we need to approach these issues with an open mind, ready to revise our understanding when fresh evidence emerges. This isn't about politics alone. It's about connecting current affairs to the bigger picture of the end times as described in the Quran and authentic traditions. He describes a future global system where Israel becomes the dominant power, a kind of ruling authority that the world is expected to accept as legitimate and sacred. Unlike modern international bodies where nations agree to follow shared rules and a central council, this envisioned order would answer to no external authority. The speaker points out that true Islamic governance would follow divine guidance alone, without compromising to any human institution or security framework. According to this view, organizations like the United Nations, which insist on fixed borders and no changes through force, stand in the way of certain historical claims. Once a power decides to pursue territorial goals beyond current lines, such structures could lose relevance or even collapse. The speaker highlights how some nations have already challenged these boundaries in recent conflicts, showing that the old rules are weakening. Reference is made to ancient scriptural descriptions of a promised territory stretching from the Western River in Egypt all the way to the Great River in the east. This vast region would include modern-day lands from parts of North Africa through the Levant, Arabia, and into Mesopotamia. The argument is that fulfilling this vision requires control over key neighboring areas, achieved step by step through conflicts, alliances, and strategic moves over decades.
Over the years, we've seen a pattern. The establishment of the state in 1948, major territorial gains in the 1960s, the weakening of strong Arab powers in the 1990s through external interventions, uprisings that removed certain leaders in the 2010s, and more recently, shifts in control over strategic countries like Syria. These changes have reportedly opened pathways for military operations across the region, reducing obstacles for strikes against remaining targets.
The perspective suggests that Western involvement, especially from the United States, plays a supporting part in these developments, potentially through direct actions like airstrikes on sensitive facilities. Ground operations or occupations could follow in certain areas. Some observers see foolish diplomatic moves by other Muslim nations as playing into larger strategies. Ultimately, the speaker foresees major occupations that reshape the map in line with those ancient descriptions. In the traditions of the last days, a massive conflict is anticipated, after which the old global order fades. Key events include the return of Prophet Jesus to a major city in the region, where he joins in prayer and confronts falsehood. At that critical moment, opposing forces are said to be positioned nearby, backed by significant military strength from the area in question. This setup implies prior control over surrounding lands, with no international body left to enforce limits. The key takeaway is a call for awareness. Muslims and others should study these signs carefully, avoid blind loyalty to systems that contradict core principles, like rejecting unbacked currencies or unquestioned alliances, and prepare spiritually for what's ahead. Truth becomes evident after major trials, and honest reflection helps navigate these times.